You get 3 rolls in the tower, and then I have questions that associate with each number, and that is where our conversation begins.
Great. Should I blow on it?
I mean, yeah. I feel like these were all good questions.
Yeah, that's true.
Some are heavier than others.
No bad questions. There's no bad questions.
There might be some bad questions, but not on my list.
Oh, no.
Actually, here's a fun one. This one is called Never Again. What is something you did for a role that now makes you say, I am super glad I tried that once, but never again?
Oh, never again? Gosh, I feel like a never again. That's a pretty intense one. I will say, you know, when you're starting out and you're really eager, I started in theater, and one of the first shows that I did, I was on my knees a lot. I was like acting really intensely and, you know, was like on my knees crawling around. And it got to the point where I was like, I should have just asked for knee pads. But there was something in me that was like, no, you shouldn't, like, you don't need that. But like at that point, like I'd never done a show for longer than like 2 weeks, you know? So going from like a 2-week run to like doing a show for almost a year and not understanding how to like pace yourself and like take care of your body. And so never will I do that again. I'm going to protect my knees. That's what I'm going to do.
Good example. I literally just had an actor in who had made her first film as a director, and I was asking about lessons learned from acting that now make her want to give a particular something to her actor. The exact example she brought up was knee pads, because often you're in uncomfortable situations, and it can be scary to ask. So she will always know to give that to her actors.
Yes, knee pads. Oh, and also, never again. I broke my foot during a show, the first show that I did in New York. And I didn't think it was broken, so I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't, like, report it. Foolish.
That can be confusing, though. Sometimes you just... Well, actually, now that you are a nurse...
Well, yeah. Now...
Soon to become a doctor.
Now I know everything about medical emergencies.
Oh, we are going to get to that, because that is one of my favorite things to ask about with any doctor show or film. For now, though, your second roll in the tower.
Okay. Here we go.
2. Oh. You get another roll. Okay. Or you can pick a number. You want to pick a number?
Sure.
Or you can roll.
I'll pick 6.
6 had good vibes because it's a fun one. This is game show. If you could be on the game show of your choice, what show would you pick, and could you actually win it?
Okay. Okay. What's the game show where there's like a really intense obstacle course that you see all
American Ninja Warrior.
Yes. Yes.
I can't believe I knew that.
Yes. There's a part of me that wishes so desperately that I could do that and thinks in my mind's eye how cool it would be if I was able to do that. So like I'm imagining it. I'm like, ooh, this could be great. But in practice, absolutely not. I do not have enough upper body strength.
That's always the problem.
It's not going to work for me.
What I would give to be able to do a pull-up, and it's not for lack of trying. No. I've always tried.
Doing a legit pull-up is very hard for most women. It is, truly.
I'm glad that I'm not alone on that. I've done things like run marathons, but I've always wanted to do a Spartan race. But that requires upper body because you have to climb a rope. And I'm like, well, can't do that.
Well, you also made me just think of something else that what would be a little bit of a hindrance in this whole fantasy that I have in my brain, which is I don't like running. So maybe this is a terrible...
You don't like running until you find the right way to run for yourself. I didn't like running until I realized that running was really easy when I found the perfect audiobook to run to.
Oh, you like to run to an audiobook?
Because if I got lost in the story, I would forget how long I would run for.
Right. Like maybe there's something about running to music that's a little daunting because you got to keep up with the beats or something.
I used to stress out about crafting the playlist that perfectly fit the amount of time that I planned to run for.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that was always hard, but like running to an audiobook was the easiest thing in the world.
What are you listening to now while you run?
I just finished, I'm gonna butcher the name of this book. I was just telling Derek, Universal, like the Universal Language, like it's a book written by a psychic medium.
Ooh.
That really struck me. When I did my one marathon in New York, though, I ran to Dr. Sleep, the Stephen King book.
Oh.
And that was an excellent choice.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Are you reading anything?
Right now? Well, I saw a bunch of people reading this book, and then I saw someone on set reading A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I haven't read it.
I just started. I'm really into it. I like a fantasy genre.
It's like young adult fantasy genre kind of thing.
Yeah, but everyone's just like in love with it. And it's nice to have something that you can sort of like pick up and put down, you know? It's great.
Okay, I'm gonna put that on the list. There's another young adult one that everyone's really into. I can only think of the sequel book. It's Iron Flame, and the one that comes before. Is
it the same author? A different author?
A different author, but it's another one that just got picked up for adaptation, and everyone's going nuts about it. I can't believe I can't remember what the first book is called. It's about like dragons and fantasy and like kids and sex and all that stuff that we all love in our young adult books and ultimately movies and shows.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And another book that I just read.
Ooh.
I don't do audiobooks, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I know I like turning my ears off for a while or something.
Most impressive, because I'm the exact opposite.
Yeah, I like to read them. I don't know. I'd like something about the quiet is nice for me. But Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow was one of the more recent ones that I read, and I just loved it.
Okay. What genre is that?
Nonfiction. Okay. I mean, it's about this group of young people who are game creators, like video game creators. And it's really a story about friendship and art and loss and balancing work and life. And it was really, it was just beautifully written. Loved it.
I appreciate that recommendation. It's going on the list.
Yeah, put it on the list.
There's going to be a point in this interview where I just like blurt out the title of the book that I'm trying to think of. And like, we're going to have completely forgotten about this. Third and final roll in the tower.
Okay.
Taking a you've got the six already.
6. It like went off the thing. It was so vigorous.
3. My lucky number. Wrap gifts. What is the most memorable wrap gift you've ever received or given?
A memorable wrap gift. Well, when we finished Into the Woods on Broadway, I would say that maybe the most beloved character of that whole entire show was Milky White. And we all got our own little, like, miniature Milky White at the end of it, which I actually saw, like, months before we had gotten it, because I think they were giving them away to, like, friends of the theater or the friends of the show. And I was like, oh, that thing's so cute. Or, like, wouldn't it be so cute to have, like, little Milky White ornaments sold in the lobby? Like, I kept, like, being like, when's somebody gonna give us a Milky White? I was sort of like hinting at it, and we got one, and it's just so sweet. And I don't know what to do with it, but I have it in my house, and I pull it out and I look at it sometimes.
Oh, I love stuff like that. Yeah. I love little memories like that.
It's so sweet. And that's kind of, I love that about this, what we do as artists. It's so nice to be able to like commemorate an experience and say thank you to people. It's just, it's great.